Hello everyone, Mrs. West here with this week's lesson. In our continuing discussion about Picasso and Matisse, I want to talk to you about artistic style. Picasso and Matisse had very different styles in their work. Last week you learned a lot more about Picasso's style, and this week I want you to learn more about Matisse's style. You are going to create a collage in the style of Matisse. Now, here's a book on Matisse, and we're going to concentrate on the time in Matisse's life when he was cutting out colored paper and making somewhat of a collage. And he started out putting them up on his walls, and then he started making paintings with these shapes as well. His shapes were very curvy, very free form, and organic. We're going to create a collage in the style of Matisse, and we're going to do it in a similar way that we did with the Picasso portrait. I have attached to this lesson a worksheet similar to the one with Picasso that has a lot of actually, that's the wrong one. We're not going to use the rolling one. We're going to use the U-pick. It has a lot of different shapes, similar to the shapes that Matisse used. Okay, I want you to get some inspiration from this. You don't have to use these shapes. You can and should create your own. I want you to create at least 9 shapes for your collage. You can get more Matisse inspiration by watching the second video I've attached to this assignment. Now, I have cut out some colored shapes here from construction paper. I also have some shapes that I drew and colored in on white paper and cut them out. So you can create shapes either way. Now, I want to show you a trick that Matisse liked to use in his work quite often. When he would cut out a shape, he could then use the piece that was left with the hole as a part of his work. I'll stick that right here and maybe overlap it with something else. So this shape becomes a mirror image of that shape, but the negative, the hole, this is the positive shape, the hole is called the negative shape. So I want you to make sure your shapes are in color, and I want you to keep them nice and curvy. You can also call that fluid. I want you to make your shapes nice and fluid and organic like Matisse did. So, what did I say? I wanted to have you to have at least 9 shapes for your collage. And then I want you to move them around your paper and decide the best place for them to be. Now, maybe after cutting some of these shapes, you decide you don't want to use some of them. That's fine. Put them on the side, but I would like to see at least 9 shapes on your paper. So, Matisse with his curvy organic shapes, I would like you to borrow Matisse's style to make your own project and move it around a lot before you decide exactly where everything's going to go, because that's exactly what Matisse did. Sometimes it took a while to find exactly where he wanted things to be. And I tell you, his assistants would get a little tired because they'd be up and down on those ladders taping things to the wall. Fortunately, we don't have to do that. We'll just use little bits of paper to create ours. Okay, so have fun with this. I look forward to seeing what you come up with. Lots of color and lots of shapes. Okay, ta-ta for now.